In 2040, the starship Event Horizon disappeared on its maiden voyage to Proxima Centauri. 7 years later, it reappeared. Its crew were all dead. This is the story of what happened. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new review. Event Horizon Dark Descent. Have you ever wondered what happened on board that spaceship on its maiden voyage? Where it went? What happened when it got there? Well, those answers have come about in the form of a comic book prequel series called Event Horizon Dark Descent that has been published by IDW Comics under their Dark banner. So this comic book here, this is issue 1. I'm not entirely sure how many issues there are, if it's a mini series or what. Honestly, I don't know. But this prequel comic comes at us written by Christian Wald with art by Tristan Jones, colorist Pip Martin. So this is inspired by the Paramount Pictures film from 1997, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. You may know of the movie. The film at release wasn't exactly a success, but over time it has garnered a cult following. There is an extended version of the film, or there should have been. Edits were made, and all those deleted scenes were lost to time, unfortunately, so we will never get to see that. But it's an intriguing film, and here we are with this issue 1 of this comic book. And this comic book starts with us being introduced to the character of Weir, the character played by Sam Neill in that movie. He's working on the Event Horizon, he's working on that star drive, and we open up with him at a funeral. This is set 10 months prior to the vessel's jump, and we know the funeral is of someone, a loved one of his, who we come to find out later in the comic is his sister. But he's been visited after this death. He's been plagued by dreams, visited by his sister with no eyes. If you've seen the film, you know. And he's given a way of completing the star drive, a way of finishing off his work. We then jump forward to one day before the jump point of the Event Horizon, with the crew coming out of stasis preparing to jump, and we are introduced to all the crew members. There's about half a dozen of them, much like in the film itself. One crew member has a dark secret. He's come aboard the ship and something has occurred in his past prior to coming onto the ship where an arrest warrant is now out for him, and we don't yet know exactly what that is. That's not filled in by this first issue comic. So this comic here, although it's a quick read, it's got some decent art. It's sort of sketchy art, it's quite dark, its mood, the art fits the mood of the comic, I will say. We do jump back to the character of Weir again at the latter part of the comic. This is where we find out that his sister's the one that's died. So as the comic progresses, I believe we're going to jump back to Weir and stuff that he's doing in the lead up to the completion of the star drive, while also exploring the events on board the ship. We do see in his dreams, we do see a kind of red devil-like figure as well. So in this first issue here, this is an introduction to the premise, to the characters, and it's at the latter part of the comic where we're about to prepare to jump and find out where the Event Horizon went and exactly what happened. So this comic here, although it doesn't give too much away with regards to what did happen, it's a nice lead up to that, to what is coming. So yeah, very much worth a read. If you're a fan of the Event Horizon movie, this might just be something for you.